Spurs Bros! Welcome into Season 2, Episode 14 of the Spurs Bros podcast. This is the DG, Danny Green episode. The boy. I love Danny Green, man. I love Danny. What about y'all?
Rio.
Yeah.
Club
Rio.
ran the nightlife in SA for 7 years.
He carried it.
Long live
yeah,
Danny
he
in
did.
SA, man. Holy shit. And long live Rio as well.
That's incredible.
I was looking up, all the list of players who had worn number 14, and Basketball Reference I thought was wrong for a second because it said Danny Green 2015 to 2018, and I was like, he was with us a lot longer than that, but I forgot Gary Neal had number 14 first. Danny Green was number 4.
Danny wore number 4.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, but still, he's the legend for number 14 overall.
Other notable mention is my boy Bano Udrih. I will never forget Bano Udrih. My gosh, the lefty.
Why? Yeah,
White lefty like
lefty
me.
white guy.
Yeah, he could not play a lick of defense. I remember that, and I know Pop hated him for that, but he was a scorer. He could score. So
I got Bano's autograph in the Mrs. Baird bread factory on a field trip in like 2nd grade.
There you go. Fun fact.
Nice.
Bano. Well, good deal, boys. How are y'all doing? Quickly before we get into it, we're headed into the new year, full swing now. Stu, glad to have you back again. Anything top of mind for y'all before we hop into all the Spurs talk?
I'm looking forward, as I'm sure the guys are, to All-Star, but trying to focus on the games at hand right now. We're in a really good spot. Had some L's this week, but we'll get into that in a second. But I think overall we're still in a really good place.
Yep.
Wemby has made his return. Vassell is still out, so a lot of moving pieces. Still can't get the consistency, but lots to look forward to.
Still don't know if Devin's actually hurt or if it's just the groin, just sitting in for 2 weeks to freshen up, whatever, we got too hot. Let's just rest a couple guys for a little bit. We see how good we are with the full team, but it'll be nice to have him back when he does come back. Who would have ever thought I'd be saying that?
I know.
I like the take, but Spurs got too hot. Sit Devin Vassell.
Well, we sat Fox, and then we sat Vassell.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
And yeah, it did kind of seem like it was just kind of a tiny little injury, and then all of a sudden, like, oh no, he's going to be out for several weeks.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, here we are, boys. Yeah. So the week it was very underwhelming again. We are low key on a skid right now. I think we're like 2-4, or maybe now 3-4 in our last 7. It just not looking too hot, especially after the hot end of the year and beginning of the year. After that, we've just kind of been shitting a brick. The week that was, Spurs lose to the Blazers 115 to 110. It was the guy himself, who's probably going to be an all-star this year, if I'm not mistaken. Danny Avdia went for a triple-double, 29, 10, and 10 against us. And then Klingon tagged along and put in 24 and 12 with 6 offensive boards against us. What did y'all see? Stu, I don't know if you watched that game, but what did you see there, dude?
Oh, I watched the game. I got a night out from the fam that night, so I was with the boys.
Beautiful.
And I was watching, and the drinks were flowing.
Yep.
And it was heart beating fast, back and forth game. Denny can't touch him, can't stop him. Oh, my goodness, this guy. I wanted him on draft night. We didn't get him. And then Blazers didn't draft him either, but then they trade for him. It's like, why didn't we trade for him? He's young. He's a freaking all-star already. The guy is good. I ain't going to glaze the Blazers, but they're a solid young little team, and people are forgetting. Solid. They got Dame sitting on the bench till next year. They'll come back. Tiago running the teem, like they could be nice for the next decade if all their guys stay healthy. They keep it together. So it was a tough one, tough L. When Wemby was out that night, I believe, right?
Yep.
When Wemby was out, Harper.
He played.
No, he played. He played. I think. But he's definitely hit his like mid-season rookie wall. He's just this whole week he's been asked. We won't get into the last 2 games yet, but Saturday night he was asked too. Our guard play was down, and they us.
Nothing from the bench in general. Harper had 6 points on 2 of 12 in 23 minutes, and then KELDON JOHNSON, who we're gonna heap praise on KELDON JOHNSON in a little bit, but against the Blazers, 5 points, 1 of 6 shooting off the bench. Really didn't have anything. All 5 starters were in double figures, but when Luke Cornett is your leading scorer, That's probably not a winning formula. Shout out Luke though, 23, 8, 3 assists. He had 5 blocks. All that said though, Klingon ultimately outplayed him.
Yeah, they were
and
going
was
back and
really,
forth.
really effective. Yeah, it was a fun matchup, you know, kind of old school, big old 7-foot, true 7-foot traditional centers going at each other, rebounding the ball. Luke had a couple of really, you know, big plays on the glass, but yeah, I mean, again, if Luke Cornett's going to be your leading scorer on the night, that is not a winning formula for success. That was like me in college, you know, like I was a good player as a starter, but if I'm leading the team in scoring, probably not going well because the other
Something's
4
wrong.
leading scorers are shooting like shit.
I tell you. I gotcha. I think y'all touch on it perfectly, guys. I mean, the big one for me was Harper, Stu. I think you nailed it perfectly. It's just like that midseason rookie year slump. I think it was bound to happen. He was just too good. Like he was kind of like Stephon. He was even better than Stephon in my eyes up until this point, like where they were lighting them up in their rookie seasons. I was like, dude, Harper is just doesn't really make that many mistakes. Like, and he's pretty damn efficient out there. And now, yeah, he came down to earth, 6 points, 2 of 12 shooting in 23 minutes. But you know what? That's just learning curve, and that's what's supposed to happen, man. So yeah, tough one there, tough loss, and there's ain't nothing you can really do about that, especially with Wemby again on the bench. We did not mention Spurs Bros that in the previous game, Wemby went down against the Knicks in the Knicks game on that like New Year's Eve matchup, and it looked like he hyperextended it pretty bad, which was really scary for everybody. It took the air out of the whole building at the Frost Bank Center, but he ended up, just kind of limping over to the locker room, kind of like Hop running over to the locker room and telling the crowd he was all right. He was all right. And he actually wanted to come back in the game. So it turned out not to be that bad. We're fine now, but Spurs, as the medical staff just continues to do, just hold him back and just be extra cautious with the boy. What's up, Stu?
Is there anything like he's already flirting with not gonna hit 65 games again? Probably not gonna. We're only in early January. He's already missed what 13,
Something like
12
that.
or 13. He's getting up there already. To think that he's not going to miss 3 more games the rest of the season is highly unlikely, especially on the back-to-back whatever. Is it this summer where he's due for his contract?
I
extension?
think it is.
He is extension eligible this summer, yeah.
So if he's, again, misses out on DPOY, which he would have been back-to-back already, NBA, first team, second, whatever, he doesn't get NBA team because he doesn't play 65 games. Are we saving $100 million and having Wemby only make what 150 or 200 with this rookie extension instead of the 330 that he could get?
I mean, I want to be clear.
Is there anything going on in the front office with the medical staff? Hey, $130 million we can save if he plays 64 games instead of 65.
Dude, let's talk about it. Open it up. Open up those freaking worms. That's a big
wish I had some aluminum foil in my office over here to put a little hat on. I think it is very easy to form that narrative if you are, an outsider looking into the Spurs organization. You could easily say that, like, oh, these guys are trying to subvert the cap. Adam Silver needs to step in and investigate this shit, blah, blah. But no, the Spurs, like, does it really make sense that the Spurs organization that care about their players and value the people inside of it want to hold Wemby back 150 million or 130 million, whatever the number is, and keep that money from him? Like, no, he's earned that and he deserves that money. They're going to pay him the maximum they can pay him, I'm sure, but it is fun to talk about because especially if it ends up being 64 games, you're going to have people coming out of the woodwork, like, investigate these motherfuckers.
That's true. That's a fact. No, I think I'm in your camp, Reagan. But it is, you can't, there's no way in the world that they didn't say, hey, and we get to save 100. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably part of the conversation, but that wasn't their first thought in mind.
Especially San Antonio. We're not the Knicks. We're not the Heat. We're not the Lakers. 140 mil for a small market team like us goes a long way.
Dude, that's a ton.
It's true. And just the way that the cap is now, like, if you do have somebody on that true max, 50, we've already got Fox up there.
Yes.
You get the second player that makes team building a lot harder. And then the Castle and the Harper extensions and the Vassell and the Johnson and the Barnes, like, Are you gonna have to pay Champagny? What do you do there?
Money,
Like all
money
those
adds up
things
quick.
become a lot tougher, a lot faster if you've got, DPOY and All NBA Wemby compared to not.
100%, boys. I think Stu, I love the question. But yeah, I don't think that's it. I just think that the Spurs are just how they always have been, right? They're overly cautious. I don't love it, by the way, because we'll get into the Grizzlies game. I think this leads in perfectly. The Spurs lose to the Grizzlies 106-105 in a very, very, very tight one. This was played in Memphis. Guys were like, all right, this will be a get back game. Wemby's playing, we'll be good. And I'm over here sitting thinking, like, dude, we played these guys twice already, and both of them were like dogfights. And so I'm like, this is going to be another one of those. I have a feeling. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that team. But they just got some scrappy guys who just won't back down. They won't give up. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So Wemby got to play, although in a very limited capacity. And so he was at 21 minutes flat. 21 minutes. Oh, exactly. No more, no less. And I think he knew that because he got some shots up. But in that time, he was very efficient. He had 30 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So he filled out the stat sheet in his limited play out there. But holy moly, that pissed me off. But first, before I get into the more of that Wemby narrative, the other thing that pissed me off was looks like Mr. De'Aaron Fox is taking the week off. Looked like he's just taking the week off from basketball because De'Aaron Fox ended up with 9 points on 4 of 18 shooting. And then we'll get into the Lakers game too. But what are you looking at, Reagan?
Oh, I'm just trying to. What'd you say? I didn't hear any of that. That can't be real.
Yeah, dude. No, it's real.
Yeah,
That was real.
Not great. Not what you want to hear from your franchise point guard.
And he had
the slump is real.
The slump is real, and I think he had like 4 points up until like the last like a minute and a half in the game too, and he scored like 2 or 3 buckets in a row. He might have even had 2 and then scored like 7 late in the game there. I think he had a 3 and then he had 2 floaters. So that was what happened there. It was just a tough one, man, because end of the game, we're in a perfect position. They miss 2 free throws back to back.
Cam Spencer.
Exactly. Who good free throw shooter. And we grab the rebound. No timeouts called. There's like 13 seconds left in the game. It wasn't even that much of like a transition, like, go, push it. This was kind of like guys were getting back. You have Jeremy Sohan in the game still.
Strong side corner.
Who we'll also get into as well. He played extended minutes that game, Spurs Bros, after a lot of DMPs in previous games. But yeah, you got them two. And no timeout, no put in Wemby just for the last 10 seconds of the game, or at least put in another shooter last 10 seconds of the game. You don't need a 3. Like, you can still drop a De'Aaron Fox, get downhill play. None of that. Instead, it results in a De'Aaron Fox not ill-advised, but I mean, he just goes to his right and guy from behind him swats him because he's just drove into traffic, and boom, there's a ball game.
Double teamed on it. Yeah. I mean,
he was like quadruple teamed.
Yeah.
I saw the pic. He was like quad over there. Yeah.
3 Spurs were along the perimeter. One of them being Sohan, of course. Sohan had a chance to have a game, the go-ahead 3-pointer on the possession before that too.
Yep. It looked
when
good.
He was in the strong cycle. It did look good in and out, but again, man, like it makes me think of the Knicks game on Christmas last year. A couple of those games in a row were like,
I was gonna say last year.
What the hell is Jeremy Sohan doing on the floor on the last possession or next to last possession of a game where you need a bucket? Like that's, and if he's gonna be on the floor, he needs to be in a pick and roll action or weak side making a backdoor cut or something, setting a screen over there. Not as the strong side corner 3 spot up guy. Like that's a product of Mitch not calling a timeout. So as good as I think Mitch has been all year, I think that was an oversight by him not calling a timeout and getting some personnel switched out. We're assuming that we had a timeout. We had a timeout to take, right?
I believe we did. Yeah.
At least
you can double check. But yeah, I mean that's what happened, brother. Just rough, man. Just rough out there. Stephon Castle, 15 points off 5 of 14. So like he also was coming back down to earth as well. Like guard play again just didn't really show up there. Outside of Julian Champagny, who again had 23 points. Nobody else really brought it, man. So just sucks, man, because Wemby goes and does his thing. We go up one after coming. We made the comeback. We go up one. We sub him out, and then it's just sort of like game over. We lose. It just makes no sense to me why. Like, what is it about the extra 30 seconds? What is it about the extra minute? And I'll leave the mic to you, Stu. But the only real argument I heard online was, well, Mitch Johnson has a boss, and his boss said, very, tight on minutes restriction if you're going to play him. And so he doesn't want to hear shit from his boss. But like, dude, if I'm Mitch, what's an extra 30 freaking seconds? I'll take, especially if it gives us a real chance to get an extra win, which in this really tight West right now, between the second and sixth place, it's like 2.5 games. Like, dude, it makes sense. Just put an extra 30 seconds in. Like, why not? Go ahead.
What you just said was essentially what I heard. I was listening or watching the podcast with Boogie Cousins, Chandler Parsons, and Michelle Beadle. And Michelle, obviously the big Spurs fan she is, just said all that same shit. 4 minutes left in the game. Wemby just hit a big three. We go up one, and then with timeout, they call timeout. We don't see him the rest of the game. We lose by 1. 4 minutes left. Hit 21 minutes. Why? Why can't he play one more set? Whatever. 1 more minute. 4 more minutes to get a win. Chandler Parsons, Boogie Cousins, obviously vets of the game, or retired vets of the game. And Chandler Parsons, straight up, you think Wemby didn't want to get back in? You think Mitch Johnson didn't want to get back in? Those calls before the game came straight in from the medical staff and from the front office, and they said he cannot go a second over 21 minutes, and that's that. And Boogie Cousins said what you just said. He's got a boss. What's Mitch going to do? Brian, you can fire me, but I want this win tonight on a Tuesday night in early January. We got to win this one. And if Wemby rolls an ankle in these last 4 minutes and he's out for the next month and a half or whatever, but hey, at least we got the win tonight. It is what it is. Us as fans, obviously tight. We want the win. And if we would have won 107, 106, we'd say, man, dude, if only we could have won by 10 if Wemby played those last 4 minutes. Thank God Fox hit that last shot. But he didn't. It got blocked. We lose by 1. Of course, we most likely win with Wemby playing 4 more minutes with how that game was going. But everyone's got a boss. And Windhorse was saying on Wednesday night before the game that he had heard, or he said, he wasn't even supposed to play Tuesday night, but Wemby kind of talked himself into even getting 21 minutes. So if that is the case as well, there was no way in hell he was going anything over that. But also the point to be made, last thing, we fucked up the rotation minutes. He should have been at 17 minutes going into those last 4 minutes so he could be in the game. We left him in too long when we had like a 10-point lead early in the fourth or whatever because we were trying to blow it open 15-20. We left him in too long, and then we were screwed. So we fucked up the rotation minutes.
Right? Like we've talked about Mitch, like at the beginning of the year when Fox first came back from his injury to start the year, and him not coming back with 6 minutes left in the fourth, but coming back a lot of times with 3 minutes left or 2.5 minutes left, and not having that steadying presence come in. So this is something that has happened before with Fox. It's happened with Wemby before. It's happened with other guys where, with Sohan not being in instead of being pulled out, not getting offensive, defensive subs in, calling timeouts, understanding these situations. I don't know. Obviously, yes, it is all on Mitch, but he's got this awesome supporting assistant coaching staff that's supposed to be in his ear about these kinds of small strategic tweaks. Mitch has a million things to be figuring out the entire game. Sean Sweeney, Corliss Williamson, the rest of the staff need to be in his ear. And, that's where I question some of the assistant coaches. But also, that's still on Mitch. Tell these guys, hey, you're in charge of offensive, defensive. If I'm missing a timeout or I'm missing out on our planned rotation that came in from the front office, tap me on the shoulder. Tell me to call a timeout. We need to keep this under wraps because I want Wemby closing the game. They're never going to come out and say that, we meant to have him closing the game. It's going to, come down to, hey, we got to listen to the medical advice, blah, blah. But wouldn't surprise me if they meant to have him in, like you said, Stu, oh, shit, we're trying to go on a run. And
oh, shit, he's already at 21 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it seems to be a reoccurring theme with Mitch where he's messing this shit up. He's still learning, right? He's only been a real head coach year and a half. 2013 Game 6, Pop doesn't have Timmy D in on the last play to get a rebound that solidifies us a championship.
Oops. Yeah.
Everyone makes a little mistake here and there. Mitch, it's a reoccurring theme. It's only been a year and a half, but we really need to start these end of games, these rotations. They got to start getting better, especially come playoffs, or then it's going to us end our season come first round of playoffs, where those 2-3 minute stretch of a game in game 5, 6, whatever, that can end the season.
You're right.
And as we saw, cost us a championship in 2013 by one of those mistakes. So coaching, damn near as important as the players out there. They got to make the right decisions.
That's well said, Stu. Well said. Yeah, after that game, kind of to y'all's point a little bit, Victor was talking about the Spurs' I guess, frustrating tendency to play down in the competition. He said, quote, "The good thing is we can match up with everybody and look anybody in the eye. The bad thing is we look everybody in the eye."
Poetic.
Just poetic AF, man. Again, the big fella, the guy, the legend, Nostradamus, or no. Who's a good poet? Not Nostradamus, but whatever. You get the point. Just solid take by the
Who's
by
a
the
good
band.
Poet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone comment their favorite poet.
Yeah,
comment down below your favorite poet. Let's hear him.
You probably learned He probably learned that from the monks in Shaolin over the summer.
For sure.
He's probably got that lined up from China.
Wise words.
But it's true, though, man. It's exactly true. I thought we turned the corner on that. And even great teams will do this. They'll play down in the competition. We saw even during the Spurs in our dynasty days, like we would do that on some nights, and it would be frustrating. But it wasn't often, and it wasn't for long. And we may even do it for a half, but we'd like just turn it on and just like blow out a team. But we just haven't picked up that point. What's up?
So the other thing, like, you're right. We thought we had turned the corner on that. We're going through a slump. We're 3-4 in our last 7. We're not the only ones that I'm calling us elite teams to be going through a slump right now. Since those Christmas week games against the Thunder are 6-5 in their last 11. If you include the 2 losses with us, they're 6-5 in their last 11. We're 3-4 in our last 7. So I think there was a lot of build up with those games against the Thunder. Christmas week, national TV, everything. You know, you got another one on the horizon coming up. We got a gauntlet schedule. It's dog days between Christmas and All-Star, like we talked about. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's understandable. But like you said, it's going to be very telling to see how long this lasts, because if this is pervasive into February and past the All-Star break, then we have a legitimate problem on our hands. But if we can turn this around and come out of this next really tough stretch of schedule with another back-to-back between 2 really good teams with a lot of travel involved, then okay, you know, we're all right. But I think the next probably 2 weeks is going to be very telling as to the maturity level of this team, despite Wemby returning and on a minutes restriction, and despite still waiting on Vassell coming back. Like, the good teams figure out ways to win against other good teams. So I'm looking forward to it as a challenge, but we're not the only one that's in a little bit of a skid or a slump right now.
And the Nuggets are still without Joker and Valanciunas. They're playing no big man, essentially. They're playing AG at the 5. So, I mean, they're like 3-2 since those guys went out. So everyone right now, so like you said, not just us, everyone, we're still second in the West. I think the gap has been closed a little bit, maybe a game and a half.
A full game on the Nuggets, yeah.
Yeah, so 1 full game on them. They have two guys out who are crucial to their team. So as long as we can hold that, at this point in the season, I don't think other than a matchup, there's no difference in 2, 3, 4. But I would want to keep that. If we're looking at, I would want to keep that home court advantage at least for the first round of playoffs. Yeah, if we looking ahead now, if we drop to 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, and then lose that home court, it'd just be tough second half of the season for us then, with how we've looked so far.
We have 1 game lead on the Nuggets, and Alec, segue here, 2 game lead on the Los Angeles Lakers. We're also down LeBron and Austin Reeves. So that's a game that you got to take care of business, and we did.
It was an ugly game. Kind of like
disgusting.
It reminded me of the first time we played them this season, where it was just like whistles galore, where the refs just kind of stole the show and just made it a free throw game the whole time. But yeah, Spurs win that one at home versus the Lakers, 107-91. Like you said, Reagan, that LeBron did not play good for us, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I can't, he's kind of like iffy on his like productivity, like night in, night out. He'll like go for 30 and then he'll like be just total buns. We did win that game. Luka did go off as he usually does against us. He found a way. He had 38, 10, and 10, although he did have 7 turnovers. So that was, I guess, the high side or the upside there. But yeah, man, the boys bounced back. We talked about no guard play or lack thereof, just playing down the competition or just hitting a slump, whatever it was. They bounced back a little bit. De'Aaron Fox, like I said, looks like he probably just still took the week off just because he only had 14 still, 5 of 14 shooting from the field.
0 of 6 from 3-point.
0 of 6, dude. And he has some wide-ass open ones, too. Like, wide-ass open. So, that's, I don't know what's
14
happening
points. 6 of those points came in the literal first minute of the third quarter off 3 layups. So, really, I'm saying 8
there
points.
You go.
Literally 6 points right away in the start of the third quarter. Within a minute and a half, they had 2 turnovers. De'Aaron Fox got layups out of them, so.
Yeah, well, there you go. But hey, I think Stephon Castle played a little bit better. I mean, he was at still 15 points, 5 and 4, as that was his stat line. But he just it looked like he was finishing a little bit better. Kind of just got to his spot. Just looked a little bit more smooth. So that was good there. Wemby, he didn't play. I think he was up to say 26 minutes. I don't know why we let him play 26 and not 21.
The night after.
I'm going to bring this back up
in the
again.
world?
Yeah. What's happening there? All right. I may actually reopen up that can of worms.
He's ramping up, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I get
21, 26. Next game might be 28 and 30. I don't know.
After flying home, getting home at 2 a.m., not good sleep.
I'm trying to play. I'm trying to play doctor's advocate
dude,
here. I don't know.
Spurs saving 150 mil bad.
Oh well, I'm telling you.
Well, that's what we said. Okay. But yeah, minutes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, dude. It just makes no sense to me. I want to bring up an analogy, but it may be too edgy for this podcast. But it's
too edgy.
You can cut it.
Well, okay. Let's cut it. Here's what I thought about while this happened. Do y'all remember COVID? Y'all remember COVID?
Oh, here we go.
COVID.
Okay. All right, cut it, bro.
I'm just saying. All right. I won't cut it. Let's just keep. Okay, fine. I'll keep it going. Think about this though. During COVID, we didn't know what was happening, right, for the first bit of it, and then we started to learn, all right, how deadly it was and stuff, and like what we should have done, and we had a bunch of states to like close, and whoever was in charge, like the NIH or whoever was like in charge with like the scientists, basically like risk to the scientists about like how, what should we do? Can we open back up? Can we go out and like live in the world again? And they kept on saying no. And if you think about it, they're incentivized to say no because literally their sole job is to not kill people. And so if you could just say one thing and then avoid, at least in the short term, more people dying, at least from their point of view, we now know if you just say, hey, like, no, you can't go out, you can't do anything, then they get to save their job, right? And so you kind of get maybe where I'm coming from, how this segues into Wemby's thing.
So is Mitch the doctors or what? Yeah.
No, I'm saying the medical staff.
The doctors are the doctors.
And so
I get what you're saying. So if they say, hey, Wemby, like, yeah, we're clearing you, full go, 35 minutes, starting lineup, all this stuff, he comes out in a week and he strains something and is another month out, then it's like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Exactly. So they're always going to edge on the side of caution, especially with him being as young as he is. Sure. They can always hide behind that veil. But it's getting to the point now where it's like, bro, Wemby's begging out here. And it's like he's going to be year 3, 0 hardware, except a Rookie of the Year award. That's wild,
bro. Blocks leader.
And a blocks leader? Holy moly. Dude, year 3, Wemby, no DPOY, no All-NBA.
3-time DPOY is crazy.
And an all-star appearance for sure. But, geez, man, that's all I'm saying. That's what I'll say there.
And Wemby doesn't want the comparison, but I think Chet's supposed to win it this year as of right now, the betting favorite to win DPOY. That'll really him off for next season.
I said it last week. If Wemby plays 65 games, he's taking home DPOY, no doubt about it. But until like it's a comfortable assumption that he's going to play 65, it's going to be somebody else as the betting favorite up until that point. So
Yep.
Yeah.
So
back to the Lakers.
Dude. Yeah, back to the Lakers. We
Lakers.
shot 16% from 3-point, 4 of 25, and we still won by 17. So I don't know. I don't know how you shoot 4 of 25 from 3 and still win by 17 points. It was a muck it up type of disgusting game, but that makes no sense to me. Thank God that we got out of there with a W somehow again, but we got to fix this shooting slump. You know, Eric Salinas put it up. Harrison Barnes last 23 games. He's 29% from 3. De'Aaron Fox last 10 games, he's 28% from 3. Castle last 10, he's 26% from 3. Harper last 10, 17% from 3.
Yuck.
And these guys are shooting 43% or less from the field overall.
Yuck.
So 4 key rotation players have been below what they were to start the year. Julian Champagne's been up and down. Wemby's been in and out of the lineup. No Vassell. The only guy playing consistently well on offense is Keldon Johnson. So we're having to muck it up and make it nasty to get these wins. But that's kind of a problem. You don't want to rely on maximum effort in January. Like, you want to have some fluid offense and knock shots down to get some of these wins comfortably. But instead, we're dropping games to the Blazers and the Grizzlies. Who knows what that could come out to bite us come April when it comes to seeding.
Yep. It's pretty ridiculous. Speaking of Keldon Johnson, though, I mean, he led the team with 27 points and 6 boards in 28 minutes off the bench. My goodness gracious, another case for 6th Man of the Year award.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is wide open, and I think that guy deserves it, at least right now, man. I mean, there's no
they even
way
talked
around
about it on
I
the
don't know.
broadcast,
Oh,
they made a joke like, oh, if Wemby keeps coming off the bench, you know, he'll make his case for 6th Man of the Year. And Richard Jefferson was like, no, I think Keldon Johnson will have something to say about that because he's leading the way right now for 6th Man of the Year. And he is.
Wow.
He's bully balling, dude. Who'd they have on him? Who's the little guard from used to be on Miami?
Nick Smith Jr., right?
Gabriel? No, who was guarding him all game? Gabe Vincent. Yeah. Keldon was just bully balling. I don't know who they think they are putting Gabe Vincent on. Did they not watch Keldon take Chet to the hole for 3 games in a row? Just absolutely smack it. Like, what are they putting Gabe Vincent on for? Yeah, that's going to start changing, man. Keldon's going to, as if he wasn't already known around the league, which he is, because he made the point. I averaged 22 in the league one year, and all that meant nothing. Now I'd rather average whatever I'm averaging, 10, 11, and get wins. So Keldon, obviously the right spur for us, who we want. But better defenders are going to start guarding him as the year goes on. That's a fact, because he's just bullying everyone.
Keldon right now on FanDuel is in 3rd best odds for 6th Man of the Year. He's plus 650. The only guys ahead of him are Jaime Jaquez in Miami and Naz Reid in Minnesota.
Reid, come on, man.
He's actually got, you know, the league and the whole country taking notice of what he's doing right now for the 2nd seed in the West.
Come on, man. Give it to him. I love it though, guys. So yeah, that was, I know that kind of took a while to talk about what just happened this past week, but there was a lot of little things that happened in between, and just sort of trends that we're seeing. We're trying to put it all together for you guys, Spurs bros who are listening. So,
and last thing on Lakers game, Luka's whistle way better than Shea's. Luka's whistle is absolutely crazy work. Like, Mitch should have challenged the very first one when Julian was like this first play of the game when Julian stopped 5 inches short of him and he still leaned in and missed the call. But they called a foul and he made both free throws. That was like literally two minutes into the game. Mitch should have challenged that, but it's just all game long, just throwing his body around into everyone, waiting for it. One little touch, Castle touches his waist and he goes up fast. His whistle is crazy, and I guess I don't want to say he's earned these. He hasn't won shit, but the way he pitches at the refs night in, night out, which he was pretty good last night, surprisingly, but that's because he was getting all the calls. So, but his whistle is crazy to me. When we have Steph, Wemby, all these guys just getting murdered in the lane. As I've said for the past 2 years, these guys we have no whistle, and to see Luka, the calls he's getting out there is crazy.
And, well, you know what? I mean, Mitch did end up getting a tech that game because Wemby did do a little sweep through move, go up for a shot, no call. I mean, that was just blatantly, easiest call to make if you're a ref. And yeah, no call. Mitch gets a tech on that. So
yeah, they had to
definitely
stop
understand.
play. Like they had transitioned down the court, and Mitch was yelling so loud they had to stop the Lakers' offensive play to give Mitch a tee to get him to shut up. So I loved it. I know, Stuart, you wanted him to get thrown out later in the game.
Yeah.
But the technical hasn't come out in a while, so he was showing some passion. Some about these Lakers games get Mitch all riled up, and I
love it.
I enjoy watching that.
That's good, man. I love that about him. But yeah, man, back to you, Stu. I completely agree. Just Luka, something about Luka, man. I don't know why. He kind of irks me, brother. He irks me. I understand,
he really does.
And he's earned, like, he's one of the best offensive talents maybe the game has seen, just because he's just so effortless with it and how he can just score. Like, that's just undeniable. And he does show up in bigger moments in games. He'll find a way to get a bucket or whatever.
He's a gamer.
And but at the same time, on the other side of the coin, I see the vision, Nico Harrison. Like, that's how much I don't like him. Like, I just don't.
Do you see the vision? They're about to trade AD and tank, brother, when they were just in the finals a year ago. But
I know. I mean, I see the vision as in, like, I see that he's just so annoying to deal with, and he doesn't play a lick of defense. I mean, he's getting reamed for that. Still hasn't taken it upon himself to take that next step in his career. Yet, like, we think that he could win a ship. The only thing that I knock Nico Harrison for, and now I'm going down a rabbit hole, is just not getting like 5 first-rounders in return.
Yeah,
like 7 first-rounders in return. That was the mess up. But I don't actually mind the move if I'm Nico. So that was a mess
Luka
up.
will get exposed come playoffs when he's got defending the series with the world watching. He'll be exposed. He'll be exposed. Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Joe Mazzulla destroyed him in the finals. I mean, like, literally, they were getting to it.
Show me a T-Wolves Lakers matchup in the first round, and Anthony Edwards is gonna call for screens until he gets Luka switched on him
every time.
Just book that man.
Yep, exactly. Yep. All right, enough for me. I digress. So we got the week ahead. We talked about, I just mentioned Joe Mazzulla, and we did just mention the Timberwolves. We play both those teams this upcoming week. So Saturday night, we play in Boston. And then less than 24 hours later, we have to hop on a flight and then go play in Minnesota. Then we play the Thunder over there, I believe, right?
Away at Oklahoma, Tuesday night.
On Tuesday night, and then I think we play
back home Thursday against the Bucks, Milwaukee.
Back home against the Bucks, and then I think we got
Giannis
Minnesota
is back and healthy. So
yes.
The next week it's at Boston, at Minnesota, at Oklahoma City, home versus Milwaukee. The next 4 games.
All right.
So 3 tough games. Milwaukee's kind of been asked to I mean, Giannis is back to doing a little bit better, but they have a lot of problems in Milwaukee. So what do y'all say these next 4?
I'm going to be very generous and say 2-2 instead of 1-3. 2-2. I think we split the weekend series. Very tough to get both. Boston's good. They're second in the East. Third in the East? Second, third in the East.
Oh yeah,
they're still good. I think we match up. Yeah,
Boston's
I think we do match up well with them. We have good guards. They have good. I mean, if Fox and Castle and those guys don't show up again, we'll get cooked. But like Keita, whatever his name, Keita's their center. Like Wemby should
whatever.
Keita should be getting cooked by Wemby. Corn, he'll be going back home. Maybe Corn will have a big game. I think we win that one. I always say, I hate the T-Wolves, man. Bad matchup for us. Bad matchup. We'll lose the T-Wolves, lose the Thunder. No way we're beating them again in OKC. They're here for it now, real personal. And then we beat Giannis. So 2-2, I'll say, but could easily be 1-3, dead ass.
I think that's a perfect take, Stu. I think you, I think we beat Celtics, even though I don't know. Maybe Reagan, you can do a little bit of research there. Like, I don't know when's the last time we won in Boston. I feel like it's been a while.
Tough.
But like, that would be great to get a win there. And so if we can just get one of those 2, which I think will be Boston, then we just hope for Thursday, because I don't think that we beat the Thunder in OKC again. If we beat them 4 times in a row, there must be some, like, we must own
mental block.
Oh yeah,
psychological warfare at that point.
just real estate for days, as far as the eye can see in their heads, man. So yeah. So I don't know. What about you guys?
I'm probably, I'm still on my optimistic train. You're gonna have to show me more than a couple of losses against the Grizzlies and the Blazers.
Here we go.
To get me
This
off.
is what.
Just please,
Dude,
God,
honestly,
don't
though,
say
no,
4-0. Just don't say 4-0, whatever you do.
Since you've been saying that, bro, since Christmas, we've been down. We've been down. We've been like we're 3 and 4 in our last 7 after the Christmas game. And you got on
when he
horse,
said
Larry O'Brien.
that's when he was on his crazy shit.
Larry O'Brien, bro. Larry O'Brien.
And now he's still on it.
Get on a plane to San Antonio. But no, I say we go 3-1, and 3-1. I think we drop against the T-Wolves. I think we beat the Celtics.
Damn, we beat the Thunder again?
Hell yes. I think we have the Thunder's number, brother. I think we're the worst matchup in the history of ever for this team. They don't know how to handle us. And look, we've got the physicality to go against to beat them. I think Harrison Barnes shows up. I think Julian Champagnie shows up. I think Wemby is going to be a freaking demon in whatever 20-something minutes he gets off the bench. I think we win that game. We lose. What I say to the
T-Wolves.
So beat the Celtics, lose the T-Wolves, beat OKC, and then we come home and we pick up a relatively simple dub, although gonna be must-watch television. Wemby versus Giannis, that matchup if both are healthy every single time. But yeah, I say 3-1. And Alec, the last time the Spurs beat the Celtics in general, which happened to also be on the road in Boston, was January 5th, 2022.
Okay.
So it's going on 4 years since we beat Boston. We've lost to them 6 straight games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, let's get a
3-7 and total in the last 10 against them. So I think that's going to be a thing of pride. I think that's going to be plastered up on the wall. Hey, you guys haven't beat the squad in 4 years. Do something about it.
Yeah,
Wemby has yet to beat the Celtics.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Derek White is yet to lose to the Spurs.
Yeah. So that's Luke Cornett.
It'll be
return game.
Yeah, Saturday night in the Garden. It'll be lit, bro. Wemby show up for that one, bro. And Fox.
They're gonna be rowdy.
I don't know if it's national TV or not, but let's get dubbed.
It's not. It might be. I forget.
Jeez, man. Toby will be hyped too, man. Going back home
the
see his
OKC game is the only one.
Jacob will be all high.
When do the Patriots play? Sunday. Okay, I was gonna say if they played like Saturday afternoon, like that would be a rowdy crowd. But yeah, so 3-1. That's what I say. Couple other items before we say goodbye here. Last week, Alec and I asked the Spurs Bros to submit your best llama names for Keldon. Stuart, I don't know if you saw, but Keldon got his llama despite
and he named it Lamar.
NBA Cup. He named it Lamar?
Yeah, that was already said.
I thought that was
he named it Lamar the llama, but Lamar with 2 L's, like llama has 2 L's. So LLAMAR.
Yeah. Well, Seth
Lamar
the Great and FF producer KG both said Wemby Llama. And then over on Spotify, Aaron Flynn said Goldie to pay homage to KJ's Olympic gold medal. So I kind of liked Goldie.
Me too.
It would have been kind of weird. Like Wemby Llama's cool, but like think about it, you're not gonna.
Yeah, it's his teammate. He's not gonna. Yeah. That's something we would
cool
do,
for
not
us,
Keldon.
But yeah,
right.
Yeah. But I kind of liked Goldie because like low key, Keldon can flex on people with the Olympic gold.
Yeah.
So,
with 2 L's, Goldie with 2 L's. No, okay.
Yeah. So shout out Aaron Flynn over on Spotify. News from today. I want y'all's thoughts on this. Carter Bryant assigned to the G League. Gonna be playing against the Lakers G League team in a day or two. What do y'all think? Good, bad, doesn't matter.
Much needed, in my opinion. Much needed.
I completely agree, Stu. Yes, I should have been like a while back too, because
now we've wasted things.
One, he's got a great head on his shoulders. Like he's got a great attitude. He'll get out there and he'll miss a shot or two, turn the ball over, miss a dunk as he's been doing
So many.
the last however many games, like literally missing every single dunk he's attempted. And we'll call timeout, and I'll kind of be looking at his body language. You're gonna be going back to the bench, and he's got to like learn to like just keep his head up. Like, all right, damn, like he's so he's got a good head on his shoulders, but the brother needs some just reps, bro. Like he just needs reps in Austin. So he's got the athleticism, he's got some skill, that could allow him to play and hang and hold his own on an NBA court right now. I mean, he had a nice little lefty off the glass, keep the defender on your shoulder against the Lakers last night. But dude, I mean, he just needs to get a lot of reps up and down, dominate some people, and just kind of come back with some more confidence, man. So, yeah.
I think it's overall good for him. I think we expected this to probably happen, throughout the season when we first drafted him. Then they came out and said, no, he's going to be with us for pretty much the whole year. But I think, true serum, we all would have seen this coming at some point or another, even if he had been playing better. Like, the rotation's too deep for us. One thing I will say, I don't want him to be a guy that goes to Austin and they run the offense through him, because that's not the role that he's going to play, and that's not the role that he played at Arizona. That's never going to be the expectation for him. But I hope they run some plays for him, but don't put the ball in his hands and expect him to be a facilitator or a playmaker or run the offense. Run some plays for him, get him some confidence, get him slashing to the rim, toss him a lob, get him some advantageous defensive matchups, get his confidence back. But I don't want it to be something where he takes 24 shots and he's expected to run the offense like Cooper Flagg did in Dallas to start their season. Like, it's out of position. It doesn't make sense for him.
It's actually really a great take.
I want to stay away from.
Yeah, it's actually a great take, honestly. Yeah, because why would he do that? Come back and then, I just ran the now I'm just sitting in the corner with the Spurs out here. What am I doing? Yeah, so that does make sense. Yeah, it's all about confidence.
Reps. Yeah.
All about confidence and getting 25 minutes a night of run. Stay in shape. I mean, it's a long season. He's on the road. You're just eating. You're like eating, sitting there on the bench all game. Like, it's tough out there. So come here to Austin, get some run, get your head up, bro.
Exactly. Just need some confidence, man. It's like, I'll leave it at this. I know I'm like all over the place today with my takes, but I thought about Bryson DeChambeau. Did y'all see him and Steph Curry? They do that, like the whole breaking 50 thing.
Yeah.
Well, Bryson DeChambeau says in the cart with Steph, he's like, I highly encourage like all golfers to go play from the ladies' tees. Like sometime, just like get your confidence up, like go bomb some. And then just like score really high, or like just score your best if you're a decent golfer, right? Of course. And just kind of feel what it feels like. So I kind of relate that back to Carter Bryant. He's good enough to play NBA right now, but like to be effective, like it's right here. And so he just needs those reps, man. Just get some confidence to dominate some guys. Yep.
Like it. Last thing that I had. Big news in the NBA yesterday that does affect the Spurs. Trae Young trading to the Wizards. No draft picks involved in that trade. The Hawks get back Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum. Washington gets Trae Young. That's it. Nothing else there. How does that affect the Hawks picks? Rumor has it that with the cap space created from this trade, their next big get, because they're kind of going in on the season a little bit, is Anthony Davis.
Yep.
Anthony Davis wants the extension. He wants $60 million a year. His goal is to sign another max extension. If that happens, that's a whole different ball game. Maybe worse for them. I don't know. 80 kind of sucks these days. But how do y'all think, as constructed right now, with Trae Young leaving, Corey Kispert and McCollum coming in, how do you think that affects us, knowing that we have the Hawks draft pick, or the right to their draft pick, to swap it this coming offseason?
Well, the numbers have shown last season and this season, basically every time Trae was off the floor, they were a better squad. Unfortunate for us.
Yeah.
And when he was on the floor, didn't play defense, and they're losing games 152 to 150. I mean, 152 to 150. And then when he's off the floor, they're winning, playing great D. Yes, they're winning, playing great D. And I think Shams even tweeted as well, like they're going to try to start building around now. Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, they have some good young guys. They're even talking about Reza Shea being on the chopping block already. That's kind of crazy. 20-year-old, 6'8", lengthy. I'll take him. Y'all don't want him. I'll take him.
Number
Shit.
one overall pick.
Yeah, let's see what he can do.
One.
But numbers show they're a better team without him. So I don't know if it really affects our pick. I would like them to get AD. Sure, get AD. He'll sit on the bench half the season because he'll be injured. So I'm down. I think that like they're saying that trade was going to be trade away Kristaps. Yeah, Kristaps back to Dallas.
Yeah.
and AD over to Atlanta. So we'll see if it happens. We have a month for that. But yeah, just revolving the Spurs, they might be a better team without Trae, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Which is unfortunate. Like that's kind of what we all knew. And again, that's what I want to bring up is, remember Spurs fans? We were begging, please, we need to go get Trae Young. We need to go get Trae Young.
He
and
wants
pair
to
him
come
next to Wembanyama because
not us.
Well, exactly, not us. Exactly, because we know
not
ball.
Us.
We know ball, but there are so many guys. I mean, I want to bring up the receipts too. Like, let's just start calling out accounts, fan accounts. I'm down, man, because it was unbelievable how much they were clamoring on to Trae Young being paired with Wemby. Oh my gosh, that'd be the best 2-man game in the league. Like, dude, how bad Trae Young is would completely offset how good the Wemby is on defense, dude. Like, that's how bad Trae Young is, man. Like, and I don't care if he's
Didn't he come out and say like his actual preferred destinations, what like his camp said
Washington,
it was Minnesota, and it was somewhere else, and then those two teams were not involved. The only suitor was Washington, and then they were like, okay, yeah, no, Trae wants to go to Washington. Like he and Zach Lowe's been talking about it. Bill Simmons has been talking about it. Russillo's been talking about it. He had negative trade value.
Crazy.
Windy, McMahon, all of them negative trade value. And we saw it happen. Now that pick, the Stuart, you sent us a picture today. Luka and Trae Young, like combined, are worth one draft pick, which very different circumstances. But
yeah,
it's insane. The guy that second conference final run in the Hawks history. 7 seasons. Set all sorts of records for assists and 30-point 10 assist games, all this stuff. Nobody really wants him. And he's just going to go to basketball purgatory with the Wizards team that has taken a leap and is playing a lot better and has a lot of good young guys. But now they're saying he might not even play very many games for them the rest of the season, which I don't really understand the angle there either. But I guess they have one more pick to go out and grab. But
bro, well,
play him, you'll be worse. I don't know.
The reason he has negative trade value, and we all knew this, because it doesn't matter if you can get 25, 28, 30 a game. If your man also had 30, what did you have? 0, brother. Like that's it. That's it. It doesn't matter if you can go get 25 and 12 assists. Like, if you just, you can't guard a cone. That's it.
And that was on the spotlight last year in the playing game. Davion Mitchell absolute cooked him, outplayed him, got like those rebounds at the end of the game over Trae, because Trae just watched the ball. Davion Mitchell's like what, 6'1", 6'2", little backup guard, and absolutely cooked Trae Young in the biggest game of the year to the time for each team. And Trae was just there. That's why no one wants him.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that rebound and like not going after it to know, and there was still time left to get another possession back and go tie it.
Bro,
just gave up. So that's the kind of player he is. To me, it feels like Washington and Trae Young is the perfect marriage. Just gonna go play terrible basketball and get paid and not win many games. So it's a match made in heaven for the organization and the player.
Damn, tough. All right, there it is.
The Hawks are bums. I don't know. I hope they continue to lose games, but they have no incentive to. So they're really trying to go all in. We have all their picks this year, next year. Don't we have a swap in 28 also with them?
I thought 27 was the last year, but I could be wrong.
27 is the last one. Okay,
I could be wrong.
Well, 2 more years of Hawks picks. Like they've got to try to be good. So. We'll see what happens, but the Hawks are bums nonetheless. If you're still listening at this point in the podcast, go subscribe. You love us this much to stay past all this bullshit we're talking about, hit the subscribe button, please. I think we lost Stuart, but hit subscribe.
Oh,
there he goes.
yeah.
Hit the subscribe button, y'all. We're trying to build up to 1,000. It's dog days of the NBA. We're going to be talking about a lot of things coming up next week, probably talking talking about trade targets. Who should the Spurs go get at the deadline or before the deadline to make this final push for the title contention here? We want to talk X's and O's. We want to talk strategy. We want to talk all sorts of stuff. We're going to do our best to keep things interesting, despite, some of the players maybe not being as interested and looking ahead to All-Star break. But we appreciate the support. Help us push to 900. Help us push us to 1,000. Alec, anything else today?
That's it, man. I got all my takes. We're good.
I guess Stuart was done with this show too. So,
Yeah.
we'll see how the Spurs do over the next week. But as always, from the Spurs Bros, go Spurs, go.